Hey guys, Jeremy here at RC Collaborative. Today we review the Futaba T3PV radio.
Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true, but the world is pretty cold, you might need a sweater too.
Hey guys, we're in the garage here. We've got the Futaba T3PV radio. This is what I've been using since I got back into racing RC. I started bashing with Arma Creighton, which came with a ready-to-run Tactic radio, which I was actually impressed with the Tactic radio. The receiver was antennaless. You can buy the system for 40 bucks online, but the biggest issue with the Tactic radio is it didn't have a removable battery tray, and also you couldn't set the endpoints without going into like a programming mode. So if you're considering a different radio that's not highly expensive but is a nice upgrade over like your ready to run radio, I would consider this radio. I've been happy with it, and I've got it set up with two different models right now. I've got my truggy and my buggy, so we can go in and change the model. And one thing, my truggy has a T-FHSS receiver, and then my buggy has a S-FHSS receiver. So with the T, that means telemetry, and if you look here, it's showing receiver voltage. Hold on a second, let me turn my truggy on. Alright, so I can see the receiver pack voltage of my nitro truggy. So that's a good thing. You know, with lipos, make sure you're not running too low. I also have a special power switch that has a low voltage cutoff on it. So my truggy has the telemetry, and then my buggy just doesn't even show that. It just shows the transmitter voltage. And as you can see here, the menu's not high tech, but you got some trim options here. We got more trim options, dual rate, you got your endpoint adjustment for all three channels, and then you got your reverse, expo settings are here. You have the failsafe, which I've never set up, ABS, which I've never played with, and then there's a copy model option if you wanted to copy your setup to multiple model settings on here. Now with the radio, you've got a switch and these toggles, which I've never tried to use and don't really know what they use or what they're for, what their use is. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, all the features I've gone through cover what I need out of the radio. I do a lot of my expo settings in my ESC for my electric car, and I haven't really had to touch expo on my nitro car yet. Everything's just been dialed, you know, factory settings. So the things I like about the radio is, opposed to like the Tactic system, I like the display. It's not a high-tech display, but I rather see a digital display when I'm changing settings. You've got the endpoints inside here, whereas the Tactic ready-to-run system doesn't. The other thing I like is it's lightweight, which, you know, the Tactic is too. But I like the feel of the steering a bit better. I like that the battery tray is removable, and I've got rechargeable batteries inside my tray. So you can put rechargeable batteries in the Tactic, but you can't do this. You can't just pull the receiver out. I hook this up to my LiPo charger and I charge my pack and I throw it back in. And I know a lot of people buy LiPo receiver battery packs, but I didn't see the purpose when you've already got this thing here that holds rechargeable batteries. So I got these, I think they're Panasonic Anyloop batteries that are rechargeable. And even though they only show like that they're for 1.2 volts, fully charged, you know, I'll see like 5.7 volts out of the setup of batteries in there. And I've never really had an issue where I ran out of power. I do keep it charged up, but I could go probably 3 weekends without having to charge it, you know, starting out fully charged. So those are the things I like. There are a couple things that I don't like. I explained before that my truggy is telemetry equipped, T-FH right there, and then my buggy is S-FHSS. So I'm switching to my buggy right here, and you see it saying off power. So I've switched from telemetry, and now I'm going to regular S-FHSS, and the radio is making me turn it off and turn it back on. Now you see it says it's S-FH there. So to switch between my buggy and my truggy, because one radio receiver is T and one is S, I have to power it off every time. It's something that I'm trying to get used to. It's a little annoying, not a deal breaker. I'm sure there's maybe some other higher end Futaba radios that don't make you do that. I could easily put a telemetry receiver in my Eco Buggy, but you know, I don't see the point. I do like having the telemetry on my Nitro Truggy for sure, but I don't like having to turn the radio off every time I have to switch models. So when I'm going in between heats, you know, I could be racing my E-Buggy one race, have to go turn marshal the next race, and then I could be up racing the Nitro Truggy right after that. And if I forget to switch it, you know, it's just one extra little thing to kind of trip you up, something you got to do to get ready. And it's not the end of the world, but that it's just, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, I just wanted to tell you what I don't like about it. So, you know, I bought this with my own money. This is my honest opinion on it. I like this radio. I don't like having to turn it off. And the one other thing I wish, I have big hands. I wish the radio wheel was maybe a little bit bigger in all ways. It'd be a little easier for me to get keep a hold of it. Sometimes I'll be racing and, you know, I'm really focused on my car, and I feel like I've run out of wheel space to kind of hang on to, or I end up grabbing like this and not really getting on the phone. And so I do, you know, it would be nice to have a slightly bigger wheel. I'm sure I could change it. Again, not a deal breaker. Sometimes that does give me trouble, but it's not very often. Just if I lose my grip at all, I find it's hard to re-get my grip, you know, while focusing on driving. And I felt like if the wheel was a bit bigger, I could maybe get my grip better, easier, or find it easier while not looking. And, you know, that you may not understand what I mean, but, you know, this is just something that's giving me problems. So those are the only two things I would say. You can get this radio used, you know, starting at like 60, 70 bucks, and you can buy them brand new for like 130 at A-Main. So take your pick. You know, I have no reason to tell anybody not to buy it. I told you the couple dislikes, but again, I don't think it's any reason why you shouldn't buy the radio. I'm sure you can buy a $400 radio and it maybe doesn't have those couple, you know, differences, but alright, just thought I'd share with you guys my radio. I don't ever really talk about my radio system. I'm always focused on everything else, but I just thought, you know, after I've had some time with the radio, I would go ahead and talk about it a little bit and give you my thoughts if you're thinking about a budget radio or something like that. I think this is a really good place to start. Now, I haven't tried everything out there. You know, I'm sure there's a lot, but this is what I've tried, and this has been good to me. So, yeah, I'm happy with it. So, any questions, put them in the comments. Have a good day, guys. Thank you so much for watching my videos and supporting me. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and most importantly, comment below. Please let me know if the videos helped you, what you would like to see in the next videos, and if there's anything we can do to make the quality of the videos better for you, that would be great. If you're a vendor, you'd like to send me something to review, a product review, or would like to sponsor me for racing, My email is just down here. Send me an email, we'll work it out. Other than that, collab on, guys.